Hey, it's Tony Kager, and I want to do this video on my wrestling ticket stubs. Um, the thing that's missing in this is my TNA Impact ticket stub. Couldn't find it. I'm sure I have it somewhere, but I went to the TNA Impact taping on March 14, 2013, I think. It was like their first night on the road when they left the Impact Zone. In Orlando, Florida. They went on the road. First stop was in Chicago, I think March 14th, or yeah, I think it was March 14th, and I was at that show. I don't know where my ticket is. I'm sure I have it somewhere. Okay, but here's my ticket stub. Most of these are WWE. Let me start. My first ever wrestling fan I went to. Let's see right here. You can see that WWE Judgment Day. There you go. It's at May 17, 2009. Main event of that pay-per-view was Edge versus Jeff Hardy for the World Heavyweight Championship. It's the first show I ever went to was a pay-per-view. It was kind of cool, Alex. I was just thinking, like, back then, like, I really should go to a WWE show. Let's see when next time they're going to be in town. And this was like, and I found like, oh, there you go, and it was the next pay-per-view. Like, like wow. So I bought these tickets like, I don't know what, there's a date on here, but I got these tickets like 3 weeks before the actual year. I think this is right. Paid for May 9th. That's when I bought it, I think. That pay-per-view was May 17th. So I bought this like, what, 8 days before pay-per-view. It's about, last minute. Okay. And here you go. My first ever Raw. September 7th, 2009. That was the Bob Barker Raw. You remember that? 20 bucks. Good deal. Then, first house show. Main event was a 6-man tag team match. Edge, John Cena, and Undertaker versus Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Batista. This was 2 days before Elimination Chamber 2010. Elimination 2010 was the night when Chris Jericho won the chamber match, and Shawn Michaels came out and like cost Undertaker the title. And I guess the next day on Raw, that's when Shawn Michaels challenged Undertaker to WrestleMania. And I forget what happened in the Art Chamber match. Oh, that was the Art Chamber match when Cena won the title, and Batista came out and took the title from him in an unannounced match. So this was 2 days before it. Alright, Champions 2010. This was the main event with a 6-pack challenge. Orton, Sheamus, Jericho, Edge, Wade Barrett, and John Cena for the WWE Championship. The match was won by Randy Orton. Okay. Monday Night Raw, March 28th, 2011. This was the last Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania 27, I think. Like, this is Raw when The Rock and John Cena were in the ring for the first time. And it's also, I think, Edge's last match on Raw. He was in a tag team match with Christian against Bros Clay and Roberto Del Rio. So it was a great, probably the best Raw I've ever been to. This is awesome. They even had a in-ring promo with Undertaker and Triple H, hyped up their match, and then Shawn Michaels made a special appearance. That was awesome. I think that might have been the only time I've seen Shawn Michaels at a live event. No, the second time. I've at least seen a John Cena match, but it's a Shawn Michaels match at Raw, so it was the second time I've seen Shawn Michaels. Okay, here's the big one. Money in the Bank 2011. Yep, I was at this one. If you don't know what this was when John Cena faced CM Punk at the championship and CM Punk won. Yeah, best event I've ever been to, by far. Then, so I think this was the next Raw that's when it came to Chicago after Money in the Bank. And nothing really great happened in this Raw, I don't think. Yeah. Extreme Rules in our big time pay-per-view with the main event of Brock Lesnar and John Cena. And there's a CM Punk versus Chris Jericho Chicago Street Fight at this pay-per-view, and Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus in a 2 out 3 falls match. This pay-per-view was awesome. Then, see, I don't think they go. I guess I didn't go any events in between Extreme Rules and Payback. This was last year. Payback in Chicago. Best match of this show was Jericho versus CM Punk. And then Raw, September 23, 2013. What happened in this Raw? I think this was a Raw where they had a huge handicap match against the Shield. It was like 11 on 3 or 7 on 3. Trying to think what else happened in this Raw. Yeah, because I forget how that match happened. But anyway, yeah, it was like a 7 on 3 handicap match for the Shield. It was like Daniel Bryan and a bunch of like jobbers, like Darren Young and Zack Ryder and a bunch of other guys, Rob Van Dam, and they're facing the Shield. And this team was 7-man team won. And can't remember what else happened in this Raw. There's a house show I went to. 2 really good matches on this show. They had a CM Punk versus the Shield handicap match, which was actually pretty good. And they had best match of the night was the Wyatt family versus the Usos and Daniel Bryan. That was an awesome match. It was like the first time I've ever been on the floor during a wrestling event, so that was pretty cool. And March 3rd, 2011, 2014, Raw in Chicago, the famous Hijack Raw episode. And I don't think there's any good matches in the show. Oh yeah, there was. That's when the Usos won the titles against the New Age Outlaws. That was a great match. And there's one of those things they pass over, you know. So advertisements for the March 3rd Raw episode. It's the pre-sale and everything. They pass these out a lot of times. And I got here. Check this out. Find it. Payback. June 1st, 2014. Going there. It's in 2 weeks. And then my last one here, this is a very special ticket to me. Chicago style wrestling. And what's important about this is that Daniel Bryan was at the show. This was in between when he was fired and before he came back SummerSlam 2010. You got this for $12. I got to see Daniel Bryan. And he was signing autographs. I got him to sign this thing right here. Bryan Danielson. So I got his autograph for free. Well, that's not free. I paid $12 to get in. But he didn't charge me anything for the ticket. I just went up to him. He's at table signing stuff. Like, you could buy like a full of him and get that signed. So I just walked up to him and says like, hey, do you mind like signing my ticket stub? And he's like, no. I forget what he said, but he's like, yeah, no, not at all. He just signed it. Wish I said more to him, but I don't know, I guess I was nervous. Just watching him. Going into it, I was kind of a fan. To me, he was like, I knew him just as the guy who got fired because he choked Justin Roberts. And I liked him a little bit because he was doing pretty good in WWE before he got fired. But that's all I really thought about him as. He's mostly just the guy who got fired for choking Justin Roberts. And after I watched him perform the night, I felt like, wow, this guy, WWE brings him back, he could actually be a huge star for WWE. He could probably be the guy someday. And he's not the guy yet, but he's close. And the funny thing is, the date on here, August 6, 2010, and I think it was August 15th, 2010 was SummerSlam 2010. So I saw him 9 days before he made his return at SummerSlam. Okay, that's my wrestling tickets. Thanks for watching.